We're going to find reference angles for two different angles. One of them is in radians and one of them is in degrees. So the one that's in radians, you have the option of converting it into degrees, figuring out the reference angle, and then converting your answer back to radians. I happen to think that's more work than we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the first one in radians and I'll complete the second one in degrees. All right, so let's take a look here at part A. So I have 3 pi over 4. So what I want to do is I want to create my, my quadrantal angles so that everything has a common denominator of 4. So I'm going to put just blank fractions that have a denominator of 4. We always start with 0 pi. To get my next one, we're going to divide our denominator by 2. So I'm going to take half of 4, which is 2. So that tells me I'm going to just add 2 pi going all the way around. So 2 pi plus another 2 pi would be 4 pi. Plus another 2 pi is 6 pi, and then finally 8 pi. So now I have all my quadrantal angles in radians so that they have a common denominator with the problem. Now I'm going to look at my numerators. So I'm focusing in now on the 3 pi. I want to know where is it between? Which numerators is it between? And if you look at what we have here, it's between 2 and 4. And it's halfway between 2 and 4. So my angle to draw, or my angle 3 pi over 4 would be this red line. And then in order to find the reference angle, that would be this angle right here between the red line and the x-axis. Because we're in quadrant 2, we're going to take this angle here, which is kind of where the 180 is. We're going to subtract that minus our angle. So to find our reference angle, we're going to do 4 pi over 4 minus 3 pi over 4. 4 pi minus 3 pi is 1 pi, but I don't have to write the 1, over our common denominator, which is 4. So our answer for part A is pi over 4. Now we're going to do the same process, but we're going to do the whole thing in degrees. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put out my x and y axis, but this time when I label my angles, I'm going to label them in degrees. And these are a lot more familiar to us, so we don't have as much trouble coming up with all of them. They're hopefully memorized. 210 degrees is in between 180 and 270, so I'm going to draw my angle here. And then to find my reference angle, that's between the red line and the x-axis. Because we're in quadrant 3, I'm going to take my angle, which is 210, and subtract 180. And I see that my reference angle would be 30 degrees. So that would be our final answer for part B.